Hey there, YouTubers. I thought since I brought up Leonard Peltier, I didn't know if Tulsi Gabbard had any position on his release, and I mentioned meeting his son. That was in connection with this ship or boat. I'm sorry, it's not really a ship; it's a sailing boat called the Golden Rule. Originally, this set sail into the nuclear testing zone. It was leaving Hawaii to protest the bombing, the nuclear testing they call it, but really it was a vicious attack on Pacific peoples, Pacific islanders. It destroyed their homelands forever, and they're still suffering the consequences. The ship itself was impounded by the Coast Guard and never made it very far, but it's still a symbol for, the madness of all this nuclear stuff, which humans may get under control, but it's not looking too good right now with the 2 minutes to midnight and all that. It's not the best species we've ever seen. Speaking from a fictional view of someone who's seen a lot. I also wanted to talk about other things on Facebook. This data cable here from Alaska to the lower 48 reminds me of the cabling we need between Alaska and Siberia as part of the global grid. That's something that, if you've been schooled in the Bucky stuff, you take that for granted. It's just something that World Game is into. Whereas if you're part of the regular population, you hate Russia, and so you're not going to, even think about this, okay? So it's a little bit of a difference in mindset. Again, the Bucky stuff, it's different. It's unusual. It's not what you're taught. You've never heard of it. You don't know anything about it. And that's why E.J. Applewhite, who worked on it for so long, was mocking people a lot because, here's clearly a genius curriculum that nobody's taking advantage of because they're too chicken. And Applewhite would, mock people for that. Now, he's the CIA guy who worked with Project Mockingbird, and from what I could tell, based on some of his conversations with me, he would drink a stiff drink and then call people and mock them, to their face, one on one. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I know Carrie Wheeler questions the common wisdom about Mockingbird. What was it really? And, what I found is that with all this QAnon and Q stuff, it's amazing how the researchers have failed to find where Applewhite does fit in. Here's the Mockingbird guy. Where does he fit in? Well, he's the collaborator with Buckminster Fuller on Synergetics, and he'd be mocking us from heaven even today for our cowardice, really. So I'm all for that. Mocking. All right. Oh, and this is good. This is a stupid freeway in Pittsburgh where you have to do all these crazy lane changes right in the middle of the bridge. I was there for my wife's memorial, year after memorial. It was a memorial of the memorial, and we went to see the bodies exhibit, which originally I heard was never going to show in the U.S. because they're too prudish here, but it did. It's different from, there was bodies, and then there was another one that was a little more edgy. I'll think of it. All right, talk to you later.